when we eat something or we drink water, we still throw our waste on the floor. Let's say someone takes a table water and throws it on the floor. Now imagine 1 million persons taking a table water each. An individual will think that I'm the only one now, one table water. Due to the population we have in Lagos State, just imagine 500,000 persons or 1 million persons drinking a table water per day. Actually, we will have more. And everybody now decide that individually, it's just me. We have successfully contributed to dropping 1 million PET bottles on the roads of Lagos. As you can see, rain here and there is no more news and is not the time to start beating around the bush. Like we used to say, everybody has a responsibility. What you are seeing in Lagos today is the result of so many things. It's no more news that Lagos is highly and densely populated. Populated not only in terms of number of persons, but when you look at buildings, there are buildings almost in every nook and crannies of Lagos. And in this life, whatever you give the earth is what the earth is going to give out to you. Today, I'm not even going to talk about climate change. This is not the day to talk about climate change, but let's talk about the basics. We will talk about the basic things. You see, we can't eat our cake and have it. There are some times that government will want to make some drastic decisions on creating paths for drainage system, for our dams, and it might one way or the other get in line with buildings, and they will be like, okay, let us take these buildings away. And there are always uproars here and there. You know, and we are the same people that is complaining about this flood. Even some making mockery. This is not even the time for politics. This is about people living in Lagos. One way or the other, you have a family member. One way or the other, you have someone that you know living in Lagos. So this is about Lagos as a state and not Lagos as a political party. So now let's go to the basics. Like I said, when we're talking about climate change today, let's talk about the basics. The government has a role to play. Everyone has a role to play. From the issue of design, I know sometimes people come up and say, before they build that house, it was approved by the government. Why did they give them? Why did they do this? Blah 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 blah. Okay, now that has happened. What is the next thing? The first thing is to prevent reoccurrence of those things. Why do you have a situation whereby lands are being approved for building when it is along the line of drainage? Now that will be addressed by the government, and I'm very sure that is being addressed by the government, and that is why we have situations where some buildings are not being approved. We really talk about those whose homes have been demolished, but we are not talking about those who have also gone to the government and they were not allowed to build on a particular piece of land. So one way or the other, there are gaps that will be closed. Now the issue of waste management is also very important. Some months ago, the government banned the issue of styrofoam. Yes, whether you like it or not, one way or the other, it has actually helped. Because if not for that, only God knows what we'll be saying now. Some might be coming up with the theory that they ban styrofoam, there's still flood. No, one particular country will not eliminate it. One particular country will not eliminate it. That's why it's a continuous effort and it's a collective effort. Waste management is very important. Lagos is really trying and we should give it to them. But there is more to be done. Now let's talk about ourselves. You see, in our community, I will try as much as possible not to talk about climate change. In our community, we see how waste is being managed. Most of us, we still see people throwing their waste to flood, to drainage inside the gutters, inside the drainage line, and we keep quiet. There's a common saying that if you see something, you say something. When people are behaving in a particular way that will have an effect on every one of us, it's your responsibility to speak. Whether you like it or not, it is still going to affect us. And that is even on a more obvious note. Most of us, when we eat something or we drink water, we still throw our waste on the floor. Let's say someone takes a table water, that is the PET table water, and throws it on the floor. Now imagine 1 million persons taking a table water each. An individual will think that I'm the only one now, one table water, drinks it straight on the floor. Actually, it's only me. It's insignificant. Due to the population we have in Lagos State, just imagine 500,000 persons or 1 million persons drinking a table water per day. Actually, we will have more. And everybody now decide that individually, it's just me. We have successfully contributed to dropping 1 million PET bottles on the roads of Lagos, and these PET bottles will go nowhere than to go through drainages. Now when drainages are blocked, what do you see? You see flooding. Yes, there is need for us to expand our drainage system, and that still boils down to the first fact where tomorrow, if the government decide to take away, sacrifice some part in order to allow drainage, we still come up with the uproar. So let us play our role. Individuals, manage your waste. Don't throw away your PET bottles on the road. When you have waste in your car, drop it in your car. If you don't have a car, drop it in your bag. When you get home, drop it inside your waste bin. Then on a weekly basis or twice in a week, the normal people will come around to pick your waste, or wherever you are, they will come around to pick your waste. And at that point, they are saddled with the responsibility to ensure that they dispose this waste properly. There is a whole lot to do. I'm not going to talk about Atlantic Ocean, blah blah blah. Let's address the issue of drainage. When we have proper drainage system, when we revisit our drawings, our drainage system, how they are designed, how they were built, if there's a need for review, it will be done. But we as individuals, we also contributing to it. The waste that you generate. If you think you are the only one, imagine 1 billion persons doing that thing. And if you're not doing that, and you see someone behind you doing that, someone around you doing that, someone in your street, whenever it's raining, they come out to throw away those bins. Let them know that the consequence is what we all face. If you like, when you have those waste, take them, pour them for road. If you like, when you drink water, PET bottle, or you drink soda, PET bottle, take them, put them for road, and you will see that all of us will all bear the consequence. It's a collective responsibility. Let's be civil and let's support the government in ensuring that we have a better Lagos. Like we used to say, and Lagos State is just a microcosm of what we can have in other states. We know that Lagos State is vulnerable due to the presence of water bodies all around us in Lagos, but notwithstanding, if you do not manage your drainage system very well, no matter where you are, you also experience this. Manage your waste properly. Today is not the day for climate, day for issue of climate change. Let's talk about our waste itself. Your waste is very important. Yes, the waste also has a role to play. Yes, the waste also has a role to play in climate change, but today's discussion is just about your waste. Manage your waste.